Welcome to biology class. Me Sajida Naseem and the topic is movements in plants. Plants as well as animals shows the movement. Animals move from one place to another, but the plant shows movement related to their growth pattern. Types of movements. Movements are of two types. One is autonomic movement, another is paratonic movement. Autonomic movement is performed by the plants which are spontaneous and self-controlled and are called the autonomic movements, while the paratonic movements are the movements which are the response to stimulus. Now the types of autonomic movements. There are three types of autonomic movements: tactic movement, turgor movement, and the growth movement. Tactic movement, it is the movement of entire cell or the organism. It is further divided according to the direction of movement and the stimulus. Means it is of two types. Direction, it is categorized according to direction or sometimes according to the stimulus. According to direction, there are two types of tactic movements. If it is towards the stimulus, then it is the positive tactic movement. If it is away from the stimulus, it is the negative tactic movements. According to nature of stimulus, tactic movements are, if it is in response to light, then it is called the phototactic. And movement in response to chemicals is the chemotactic movement. Now, in this diagram, you see the cyclosis. Cyclosis means the streaming of the cytoplasm. In this diagram, you can see the chloroplast move towards the light. Why they move towards the light? To achieve maximum light or to receive maximum light so it can be helpful in photosynthesis. In the next diagram, you can see the chlamydomonas. Chlamydomonas moves towards the light. It is an example of a cell as well as the movement of the whole organism. We in the tactic movement we say that a tactic movement is the movement of a part of a cell or a whole cell or a cell organelles. In this diagram, there the movement of the cell organelles, movement of the chloroplast towards the boundary, while in this diagram there is a movement of a cell or a movement of an organism because Chlamydomonas is a unicellular organism. It is a chemotactic movement. It is a life cycle of a fern. You can see the gametophyte. Here, the gametophyte is heart shaped. Within a notch, there is archegonium, and within the rhizoids, there are sperms. Sperms move towards the archegonia because from the archegonia, a chemical is released which attract the sperm towards it. So, it is a chemotactic movements. I again explain. In the case of the chemotactic movement, the sperm moves towards the archegonia because archegonia secrete a chemical and this chemical attract the sperms. So the sperms moves towards an egg due to chemotactic. Now the turgor movement, it is a movement due to differential changes in turgor and size of the cell as a result of gain or loss of water are called the turgor movement. Means when the water present inside the cell, it is turgid. You can imagine if we insert a water in a balloon, it swell up. In the same way, the cell swell up when water enters into the cell and it produces a hydrostatic pressure. Due to that hydrostatic pressure, the cells swell up. Now the turgor movements are sleep movements. dropping of leaves during the night, and the rapid movement of leaflets, turgor movement shown rapidly after touch. In the case of sleep movement, dropping of the leaves. Dropping of leaves means at the junction of the leaf and the stem, there is a swollen portion which is called the pulvinus. The tissues of pulvinus are turgid when the water is present and it exerts hydrostatic pressure. But when at the night, first the pressure noise comes outward, then the water also comes outward. As a result, the cell of the pulvinus becomes flaccid, and due to this, the leaves drop. In the next, rapid movement of leaflets. In this diagram, you can see mimosa plant. When this plant is touched, the leaflet of this plant is touched. In this case, also pulvinus. I again explain. Pulvinus is a swollen portion at the junction of the leaf and the stem. When somebody touch that leaf, the leaves of the mimosa, the water, first the pressure mines comes out, then the water comes out. As a result, the pulvinus becomes flaccid and the leaflets drop. Next is the growth movement. Movement of plants due to unequal growth on two sides of the plant organ, like stem, root, tendrils, and the buds. Types of growth movement: epinasty, hyponasty, and the nutation. Epinasty, the movement in which upper side shows more movement as compared to the lower surface, or the upper side shows more growth. There is a more growth at the upper side. As you see in a flower, upside is the more growth as compared to the lower surface. Have hyponasty, growth on lower surface is more as compared to the upper surface, and the bud remain closed. In this diagram, you can see here is a bud. In this bud, the growth is more at the lower surface and less at the upper surface. So the bud is closed. While in this flower, the growth is more at the upper surface, so bud bloom or the flower bloom. Here is the hyponasty, and in this flower there is the epinasty. Nutation, it is a zigzag movement of apex of plant due to different rate of growth on opposite sides. You can see the also the nutation of the tendrils. Now the tropic movement. Tropic movement is the movement of a part of plant to stimulus that is directional. So it is an example of the or a type of the paratonic movement. Paratonic movement is a movement which is due to the external stimulus, and it is of two types: tropic movements and the nastic movement. First we discuss the tropic movement. It is a movement of a part of plant towards the stimulus. And the kinds of tropism: phototropism, geotropism, chemotropism, thigmotropism, and the hydrotropism. We will discuss these one by one. First of all, the phototropism. It is a tropic movement towards the stimulus of light. Towards the light, it is a phototropic. The tip of plants that lie in the room will bend to the direction of incident of light. This diagram you can see. This is a diagram which are from some lab. Here, the leaves grow towards the incident of light or towards the light. And in nature, you also see the shoots towards or the stem grows towards the light. They show the positive phototropism, while the root which grow away from the light show negative phototropism. Here is a geotropism. It is a tropic movement towards the gravitational force, or it is a tropic movement towards the gravity. Root shows the positive geotropism, while the shoot shows the negative geotropism. Now, the chemotropism, it is the tropic movement that is caused by chemical substances or chemical stimulus. The movement of roots towards the fertilizer in the soil is an example of the chemotropic movement. Thigmotropism, it is a tropic movement that is caused by the stimulus of touch to the harder thing. Tendrils of plant movements move plants. Tendrils are just a thread-like structures, so yellow in color, which are present in most of the plants. And you can see whenever it touch any hard object, it twine around that. And it is an example of the thigmotropism. Now the Gnostic movements, as already I tell you that the paratonic movements are of two types, tropic movements, which we have discussed. Now the second is the Gnostic movement. Gnostic movement, it is the movement to the stimulus, and it is not directional, or it is determined by the plants itself. Kinds of Gnostic movements: photonasty, nyctinasty, thigmonasty, thermonasty, and the complex nasty. The Gnostic movement, which is by the stimulus of that touch, the closing of mimosa pudica is, when touched, is an example of thigmonasty. Then next is the thermonasty. Here you can see the tulip flowers. These tulip flowers bloom when the temperature is high during the day. It is an example of thermonasty. It means it depends upon the temperature. Here is opening and closing of the stomata. It is also, it depends upon turgor movements, photonastic movements, the opening of the Mirabilis jalapa flowers at a certain time. Nasty movement caused by the stimulus of light is the photonastic movements. Nowadays, you can see in the grounds there is a Potonlaka. Potonlaka plant is also an example of photonastic movements. In Urdu, Potonlaka is called the Gule Duperi, and it is mostly seen in the grounds nowadays. This flower bloom when the light is maximum. Heptonasty, nasty movement shows in response to contact. Example is the Venus flytrap. Here you can see when the insect touches the leaf, the bristle of the leaf lock down, and they lock an insect, so the insect is digested and the plant fulfill its protein requirements. Role of growth substances in plant movements. Plant movement is basically controlled by the plant hormones. We will discuss this in the next chapter, but shortly I only explain you what type of hormones are responsible for different type of plant movement. For example, phototropism. Phototropism is controlled by the auxins. Is the same way geotropism is also controlled by the auxins. Auxins induces the positive phototropism as well as the positive geotropism. Gnostic movement is due to abscisic acid as well as the gibberellin, while the growth movements is due to auxins and the gibberellin. Epinasty is due to auxins, while the hyponasty is due to gibberellins. Okay, girls. Thanks.